picture with one of these ladies of the evening.
Yeah, you know, one of these ladies you look
As you approach second base, she goes, by the way, those were my grandma I threw on the field. I had them replanted.
Those are my grandmother's.
I have my mother's eyes and my grandmother's moves. Yeah, literally. No, there we are.
That's creepy for a lot of reasons.
They taste like cottage cheese.
What is that about? This is real milk, you know. The lady's so old, right?
Good morning, good morning, good morning, people.
That's really kind of cool.
Speaking of milk, officials in Virginia say a spill of milk turned a local creek almost completely white.
A what is milk?
A spill?
Oh, a spill.
The Lynchburg Fire Department said responding crews determined the cause was a clogged drain line at Westover Dairy, which allowed waste milk to overflow into the storm sewer and then into the creek. The line was cleared, the overflow stopped, and there was no public health threat.
You'll love that. Catfish.
They laughed it up.
They love that. Oh, catfish. Let me tell you something. Catfish.
It does not get funnier than that. Catfish love milk.
Are you supposed to give kitties milk? I know
No,
you're not.
Wait, oh, kitties.
Yes, you're
Kitties.
Okay, yeah.
No, you're not supposed to.
Itty bitty
really?
kitty committee.
What was it? Does it say the name of the dairy?
Yeah, Westover Dairy.
Because it says there's only a 2% chance of that ever happening again.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
I didn't read the whole story. I just skipped it.
Very nice.
The whole thing?
We got back to we inadvertently just do 3 of your children. They were all so obvious.
No, you're all good. You're good. So the river turned white. There's a mountain. Oh, the creek had overflowed.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. I want to thank you for those comments I got. God bless you. About 9 o'clock, something like that, I go to Walmart and check on that wall adopter. Says I know what, how to look for it. So, thank you all. I appreciate it. Also, I want to thank the person or persons who sent me that GoPro. So I love you all very much. God will bless you. Today is February 7th of 2024. Temperature outside is 30. Blue, it's cold. I live in Clark County, Indiana, which is around the 16 to 19 mile marker of I-65. I'm about 16 to 19 miles north of Louisville, Kentucky. So, tell you more about me. I'm in my 70s, retired, single, live on a fixed income, $800 to $900. I want to thank you for all the donations.
Horrible thing to do.
I think you might be a firebug. You know that? You enjoy it.
I love that little
I would have been up maybe a half an hour probably. I got to turn my radio down. They get me for rebroadcasting Bob and Tom's show. I don't want to get in trouble. Oh, I'm a stretching. Got my socks on. If you got diabetes, you gotta sleep with your socks on. You know. Tell you about my medical history. I got high blood pressure, 4 heart attacks, sugar diabetes, Ozempic. I lost 61 pounds plus with taking Ozempic. If you got diabetes, ask your family doctor if there's somebody that specializes in diabetes. You find out how much that doctor helped you more. In my book, it helped out a lot when my doctor in Scottsboro, Dr. Craig, before she left and went to Louisville and making more money, recommend my sugar doctor. I think there's another name for it, but I'm not sure. But she has helped me out quite a bit. So it helped out a lot. So yeah. When I get that new charger and the cable to plug into my I forget mode. I done forgot the name of it. Come on, baby, move a minute. Media mode. So hey, that's your baby. So that's a little part of my history. Will I use my GoPro to live stream in my Vicall? Probably. I gotta get the cable for it where I can hook it into my charge port of the car. You know. I don't know if Walmart carries that or not. You know, it's a wait and see game. Oh. I gotta take my medicine today. I do that after a while. So what time does Verizon store in Scottsboro, Indiana open up? 9 a.m. That's good. Hey. I'm sorry, porting up.
Here's 340, 459, 1041.
I want to thank RD on the scene last night's video. I found out how he's live streaming on YouTube and Facebook. He's using 2 cell phones. Roger, if you got prison app on your cell phone, you can run Facebook, YouTube, and Switch on one iPhone. So kind of look at that. Aiden, can you tell him about it? So I wanted to add Instagram to prison. I brought it up. I can do it, but you got to add something to it. I don't know if it's a URL or something. I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. I'm 70 plus years old with a pea brain. So I guess I'll wait until 9 o'clock. Well, I still have to go to the grocery store, so I leave about 8:30 and go to Walmart, get a few things, and go over to the Verizon, which is across the road from Walmart, and try to get that charger. Oh, but I look at Walmart, because Walmart could probably be cheaper. So I might go over and get that, what's it called, a Type-C connector for the medium mode. I wrote it down, but still, if I don't write things down, I forget it. So that's something to think about. I know when I go look for that wall charger, that Walmart could probably be out of it. Everybody's out of everything. So if it tells you. But if I get that cable where I can plug in the media mod and that wall charger, or the cable into my computer, I can keep it charged. See how much a better video it is. The audio seemed to be a little bit better. I'm also going to experiment with it when it gets a little bit warmer outside. So I do that. But Best Buy does have that little handheld charger that gives you, I think, 4 extra hours that you can plug into it. You know, that'll help out quite a bit, but not this month. That's not a necessary thing to do. So, Wildcat, let's see who else is live streaming. No, nobody local, nobody in Bakersfield, California, except Bakersfield Scanner, also known as KCS Scanner, which Kern County Scanner. And you all people on YouTube and Twitch are very nice young people. I know I'm making you feel young. And God bless you all for subscribing. And I need 1,000 subscribers, people, and 4,000 watch hours. I got more watch hours than I do subscribers. But when the summer gets here, you see a little bit more live streaming outside. When it's cold outside, I gotta wear a mask over my nose where I can quit breathing that cold air. And because you breathe in that cold air, it feels like you're having a heart attack. Your chest starts hurting and your arm starts hurting. That's only on me because everybody's body chemistry is different. When I talk about my diabetes, I'm telling you what I'm going through. Your body could be different. Ozempic might work for you and help you lose weight and help you on your diabetes. I know this young lady I've talked to maybe once or twice a week. It put 5 pounds on her. So everybody's chemistry is different. What might work for me might not work for you. That's how come you need a specialist doctor that deals in diabetes to really help you out on your diabetes. So that's something you need to look at. So well, on Walmart, that wall charger, I know what aisle to look down, but it depends if they have it. Because, everybody's out of everything. If they got it, I'd get it. Then I go over to Verizon and pick up the cable I need. Or I could, probably be better. I don't know. But I will look at Walmart. Is cheap cable better? Not really. You need the heavy-duty one that would do a good job. From what I've been told in my research. I want to thank you all for those comments. You helped me out quite a bit. So whoever is the persons that helped me out, God bless you. God will reward you for your good deeds. I can't ask for anything else, but I've talked to a whole lot of people. I even asked prison. They said the same thing. I need a gaming computer with a good HDR in it. And them $300 laptops just won't do it. So my 2 extra batteries and my charger for them will be here tomorrow, which is Thursday. Knowing FedEx, it's no telling. But I hate diabetes, people. I know how you feel when it's cold. You freeze to death. You know, I got extra warm socks on, this and that, and I still get cold. I know I don't have a shirt on, but I just woke up. I put my shirt on when I get ready to get out in my Flintstone-mobile. You like that Flintstone-mobile. Hi, Alex. Hey, tell everybody hi on YouTube, Alex. Yeah, I named her after my daughter, Alex. Yeah, that's Alex. And Margaret's named after my late mom. So, I set that deal up where I can live stream with GoPro 12 Black. I looked at the price of everything. Man, I can't afford it. I got the money, but I'm on the budget. I want to use it for things I need. And I got the Cash App, but I got to figure out how to put that in my menu. I do that next time, you know, that way, if I do it right, put it that way. But on my cell phone, you know, you type in HTTP, the 2 dots. On the cell phone, you only got 1 dot. Unless I can't see it. Then, you see, HTTP, 2 dots, /$ Tom Cartwright, 4375. If I said it right, you can donate through the Cash App. So, you know, I'm doing more research on YouTube, you know, about donations, ads, but the way I understand about the ads, if you go back through there, you still got to have 1,000 subscribers. So I'm throwing one in. It's an unpaid sponsor. It's Pepsi Zero Sugar. You figure somebody out there will let them know about it. But that's okay, people. But right now, I bet if I go to a Family Dollar store or the General Dollar store at 32 Leota Road at the corner of 31 and 356, I bet them Pepsi guys has not put in Pepsi Zero in the ice boxes there at the store. That's 2 weeks in a row them a-holes didn't do it. Sorry, Pepsi. But they sell quite a bit of Pepsi Zero Sugar. But I can like the other brand, but I don't like the taste of it. I don't even like the brand, but those fast food restaurants, they don't have Pepsi products in their fast food restaurants. You know, your fast food restaurants, if you're going to do it, get the ones you got and put Pepsi products in there. There's people that don't like Cokes. You have sweet tea and unsweetened tea. I tried it unsweetened tea. It don't taste right. I know you can add other stuff for you, but what I've read, look on other medical sites, that'll hurt you more than anything. So that's only my opinion of what I saw on medical sites. So that means doctors and researchers. So the temperature hasn't come up yet. I feed my inside kitty cats, dump a cup of food in. They don't really like that other cat food. They like Meow Mix. But they don't make a they don't make a 40-pound bag. They do make a 30-pound bag. What I usually do, mix it in with the other cat food. And them cats, they pick the Meow Mix out of it. People, you know I got kitty cats. You know what kitty cats needs. Now get down. You done fell again. Now get down, Socks. Either get over there on the bed or sleep on the floor. I know you give me the evil eye. I'm trying to help you out, baby. You're an old man. You're older than me in human life. Kitty cat lives you're not, but in human you way older than me. Well, if he was a human, he'd be about 87 plus years old. If he's 12. I think he's 13. His dad was 13 when he died. But the longest I've kept a cat is about 22 years. That's when I was taking care of my mom. When my dad passed away, his cat lived about 1 year after. Thank you, person who, I appreciate everything you all do to help this old man out. But I love this iPhone SE Series 3. But it only got 64 in it, which you know what I'm talking about. I'd rather have one that's got 128 or bigger. I can't afford. What I don't like about iPhone, which to me, that's a disadvantage. You can't put a bigger SD card in it. That's the bad part about iPhones. Maybe I could get a Samsung, but the only problem with them is their charging port. It keeps wearing out. That's one thing I don't like about the Samsung Galaxy phones. I had a Samsung for years, and I started having problems with it. I know there's an adapter you can get for the charge ports, and a cable that got like a magnet, something like that comes in handy, but if they change their charging port, well, it'll be tighter. Well, it went bad. I had insurance. Well, you know, you got to pay, $58 charge. They sent me the same phone back. I figured they would upgrade the phone to the 5G. Hell no. Less than 30 days. That phone charge port went bad, and they want to charge me another 50-some odd dollars. And that woman at that cell carrier, which it was Cricket, was very nice. She helped me get that iPhone SE Series 3. They had it on sale for somewhere between $300 to $500. So I wanted to thank Cricket. But the iPhone SE Series 3, need 128. And one thing I hate about iPhone, you go to the Apple store to get a cleaner, you have to pay for it, where the other, like, store, it's free. I know I got an iPhone, people, but I'm on a fixed income. It's not in my budget. It'd be nice if that'd be one of your apps that when you get a phone, it'd be included into it. So, you know, that's something iPhone you need to do. Add an app to your iPhones. You know, it clean your data and your junk files and all this for free. But you go to the App Store, it says free until you download it, then it's a free trial. Since I forgot my iCloud thing on my cell phone password, they haven't helped me out a damn bit. But it takes somebody smarter than me. I might have to go to the Cricket store and see if they can help me, because I sure don't remember. I'm start writing down a few things like Instagram, Twitter. I know what that is. So, you know, you all gave me some good ideas. I appreciate that, and God will reward you for it. I haven't even checked my lotto tickets from the Powerball Mega Million. So, if it tells you anything, I guess nobody won it, because I seen, the jackpot went up. So, I might do that. So, that'll help out. What? What, Kathy? I know you need a boyfriend. Sorry. I don't need no more babies. It's all in your head. It's all up here. You said no. Daddy said no babies. He can't afford any more babies. But Mama Pretty Girl hasn't brought her babies back. I expect they're dead. The coyotes or somebody got them, or them damn big birds picked them up and carried them away. But I miss those babies. It take me a few days for them to get used to. You know, when you got babies and they're up walking around, you go to try to touch them, they hiss at you, but I pick them up and hold them, talk to them, tell them I love you, you can trust me, or your mommy and grandma wouldn't brought her 4 babies over back in 2022, so I guess they understand. So, oh Lord, you can see, look at my neck. You see all that water or whatever I've lost. You can see up here, but you know, right there I've lost. I know I see things on TV you can put over your eyes for, I guess, your bags. Now, people, I got another question. When I was coming back from Best Buy last night, it was dark. I usually don't drive in the dark. When a car's coming from the other direction, you see like a round ring. I think it was green, yellow, and red. You know, I even took my glasses off and it was still there. As soon as the car passed me, it disappeared. Maybe I even cleaned my windshield off. You know, it didn't change. I guess that's something I got to talk to my eye doctor about. Or get these special glasses you see. I haven't seen them for a while. They're kind of like maybe a yellow tint. Or they have something you can flip on your sunbed during the day or night, which will help you out. I don't know. I'm no eye doctor. That's how come I'm asking you, because I know some of you work for an eye doctor, so I'm on the borderline of cataracts, or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not quite to that type of surgery yet. Maybe in the next year or so, maybe. I won't go to the eye doctor until 25, so I'm good on that category. So next Wednesday, I have to go to jury duty. No, I'm not in trouble. I got called the day before, after 4:30, see if the people took a plea bargain or they settled out of court. I don't know what kind of cases they have in Clark County for that. You know, I'm on the jury duty list January, February, and March. You know, I got too much to do. I think my son has to go to a doctor sometime this month. So that's something I have to think about. If I got jury duty, when he has to go, I can't do it. And he doesn't have a vehicle. He might have to reschedule it. Also today, I'm going to have to call the court, tell them who I am. I said, I know you said in your little no cell phones. I got a problem with that because I'm a diabetic. I got a sensor. So, what is your recommend that I should do, in that case? Because I can turn the volume down, I can turn that button on the side of it where it don't underfill. It does low, very low, and high category, if you all know about stuff like that. I might get, stricken down, don't know. Because the last time I picked for jury duty, I sit there and watch the videos. Then you get paid for the day if they excuse you. They probably, because back then I think it was $40 to $65 somewhere a day. So they could have raised it because it'd been quite a few years. It'd been over 5 years ago. Because I didn't own a house, so it has to be over 5 years ago. So, that's something, Here in Indiana for jury duty, you have to be a registered voter or a homeowner. So that tells you something. I know a whole lot of people is sitting on the side. That's okay. When you comment, let me know what you want me to talk about. I want to build my YouTube channel. It's too cold for me to go out walking around in my neighborhood. If it tells you anything. And out here in the country, if you all know anything about cell towers or you're a ham radio operator, if you know a ham radio operator, ask him about the gigahertz frequencies. Or you can research it. You can probably type in your search engine, what is the range in the gigahertz? What is the miles in the range of the gigahertz frequency? It'll tell you. That's how come you go down the expressways, you see how far it's 5 to 10 miles away. It's a line of sight. And you got one that gets up in the 10 gigahertz. I think the range on that may be 5 miles. As long as you're not down the valley or you got hills blocking you. This is like cell towers. They're up in the gigahertz frequencies. And how you get those cell tower frequencies, they are radios. They transmit and receive. How many radios they got in there, I don't know. They probably got computers or whatever you call it, where it stores everything, that switches back and forth, your data, your cell phone, your text. I knew a guy who was a ham radio operator. He passed away. It was N7BBW Lou. He worked for installing police radios, business radios, and that. He quit there and went to work for the Indiana State Police, working on the microwave frequencies and some of the other stuff. So, Lou was a good gentleman. I think he was a veteran, but I want to say Navy, but Don't quote me on it. You know, but I'm passing out information that what I went through, and some of the people I know. I know some good police officers. When I first moved here, Scott County deputies, some of them were smart asses. Saying, I go walking, there's an overpass close to me. And some people see me looking over the edge. I wave at the truck drivers. I wave at the people. Hold the thumbs up. Stuff like that. Give them the peace sign. Somebody called 911 and a state police person showed up, which he was real polite. I think he was a sergeant, I think. But I slept since then. That's been when I first moved in. Then somebody called 911 again, and they went into Scott County. The time they showed up, I was in my driveway. So if it tells you anything. But this one was an a-hole. I think the sheriff's department if you're a good deputy, they will back you up. They have to be polite. I'm always polite to a police officer, but you got some maybe woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or they have problems at home and takes it out on you all. I saw a video. That might be one way to get out of a ticket, guys. If that's a male cop and said, you were speeding. He said, this guy told the officer, says, sir, my life left me for a cop. I thought you was bringing her back to me. That is a good excuse, but you got a few women cops around here. Charleston has one. The sheriff's department may have maybe one or two female road officers. They need them. Any police department, state, county, or city, or town marshals, you need women police officers. They seem to be more polite, but you got some women officers who's assholes. Sorry, ladies, but that's the fact. And, I've seen when we had this woman cop, the first one Charleston had, her name was Robin. I can't remember her last name. She go to arrest a man. Them men was polite. I have seen a woman, and they go to arrest. She goes to arrest, and they want to fight. I happen to have been in the right place at the right time. I helped her out. If you see an officer fighting somebody on the ground, stop him. It might help you in the long run if you live in the same place. They remember it. After backup arrives, they take over and they thank you. I ran in the place, like that. But I will help out a police officer. So, I don't have a police scanner in my car. That'll help me out more. But mine cost me about $1,000 because I got programmed the state and the county I live in. And I have DMR because some police departments use DMR. And the other one is a NXDA, or you have to look it up. You got to have have them. You got to make sure that it does phase 1 and phase 2. You know, so that's something about police scanners. But I know they got cheaper ones out there. I saw this one by Uterden, I forget the model number, but it's not in my budget. But people, you need a digital scanner with a P25 digital 800 megahertz. Because after 9/11, I remember 9/11, I watched it on the news. And all the police departments in New York City, fire departments, Homeland Security, nobody could communicate because they're all on different frequencies. That's how, so the federal government, Homeland Security, I don't know if that's a law. I think Congress can only make laws up. But they made all police departments, fire department, ambulance, your Secret Service, they all did it, but the Secret Service radio is encrypted. I like to see the scanning people have a program into it where it'll do encrypted, but maybe there might be some FCC rule or not. I don't know. So, but I can understand, but if they give the person information, the name, the DOB, Social Security, driver's license, I can see that being encrypted. Car wrecks or house fires, something like that, I say no, because the news media can't do that. The police department's trying to keep them from showing up on the scene. People, when you come up something on the cell phone, videotape it. If you're on a public right-of-way or public sidewalk, you can do it. Private property, you can't. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just hearing what I hear lawyers talk about on some of these YouTube channels, because I belong to a couple of lawyers on YouTube. So that'd be something, to look into. But I want to let you know, I've told you to go on YouTube for public safety. He deals in corruption. There's a person, man, I'm shaking, so I am cold. My shoulder's shaking like anything. There's ones in Florida, but I will say his first name is Chuck. I like to watch YouTube videos when a person's dead and ran the car in Louisville on Algonquin Parkway. Prayers goes out to that family, whoever they are. If you live in the local area, it just popped on up on WLKY TV news that a car ran into a house or apartment on Algonquin Parkway. I think that's the second wreck this week or in the last 14 days that a vehicle has run into a house on Algonquin Parkway in Louisville. People pay attention. Some of you people don't know. They have 2 YouTube channels. They got one for under 18. But they have to have like I say, you have to look at the rules for it. I could be wrong, but I think the parent have to sit there. They got to log in or something. And kids that's over 18, I know you got brothers and sisters. Don't do it. You know, that's how young girls meet guys. I don't know if they do it on YouTube, but they do it on Facebook. Don't do it. Parents, always see your kids' media places they go. Monitor it. They got apps you can put on there and they don't know. But, kids nowadays, they're very smart. So oversee their time on the computer. Yeah, like the dating app. You right there. You're very right. I was on one somewhere, this been years ago. It's supposed to have been a female asking to send money. Found out it was a damn young man. He apologized. I said, please don't do it. I said, that's not right. And I told him, you're one of God's children. To let you know, Tito, I got my 2 things, maybe it's 2 different things, but it came from Amazon, but 2 different carriers. The first one came before 12 o'clock, around 11 to 12 o'clock, and it told me what it was. It was the media mode for a GoPro camera. About 4 o'clock yesterday, the GoPro camera showed up with the 50 to 1 accessories, 2 extra batteries. I had it working, had it hooked up to my phone, which the app you need for a GoPro is, I think, Quick, Quick, or something like that. And I turned it off, I logged off of it, shut it down. I went to turn it up. That son of a bitch is locked up. I've been on Switch, this and that. I mean, not Switch, Twitter, and doing IMs with him, trying to figure it out. And so somehow I done a reset. I took the battery out, took the SIMS card out, but this is a SIMS card that GoPro has on their site. It's I want to say V30, don't quote me on that, or V3 or V30 64. But next month, I would upgrade it either to 128 or 512. I know they got a 1 TB. I don't think I need something like that. 512 do good. So in about a half hour, I would go to Walmart, get some groceries. Well, before I leave, I got to check my EBT card and make sure it's loaded. People, if you got EBT cards, or if you got this medical insurance and you get a card where you can buy over-the-counter drugs and groceries, there's certain things of groceries they won't pay for, like Little Debbie donuts or ice cream. I guess that's not healthy food. But usually ice cream like that I get might last me a month. I just like to taste something different. So when I got to get this new cable, Chico, you might know it's maybe a funny deal. I guess mini C or something. It's not flat, like it got a hump in it. So, as long as it got a USB on the other end, that way, if I'm using my GoPro in the car, that's one thing I don't like about the software in the Quick. You can only live stream on one channel. I've looked at it and see if I can add, like Twitch. Unless I miss something, you can only live on one stream at a time. And I gotta look and see if they got Instagram. I know they got Facebook, Twitch. If they have Instagram, which I know they don't, people that's on there might sitting back. Is there an app that I can use the live stream besides prison that'll do TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube all at the same time? I know it'll do Switch, YouTube, and Facebook. I told you my pet peeves on the Facebook. They violate everybody's First Amendment rights and a few others I have mentioned. People, if you got the Cash App, if I do it right, you know how to do it. I want the HPPT $/ Tom Cartwright 4375. If you know what you have to do. You could donate to the Cash App. So that's another way to donate, but I haven't set it up in my prison live on my cell phone. Because people, if you got cell phones, you go to type in things. I could type in HTTP, but where's the 2 dots? I don't see that. So I can type it in on my computer, but my cell phone I can't. So people who got Cash Apps, you know how to do it. Your HTTP, 2 periods, I guess 1 or 2 slash marks, the $, Tom Cartwright, 4375. You can donate that way. But I'm still a rookie or the legal thing to say part-time YouTuber until I get 1,000 subscribers. The way I'm going, it'll take me a year to do that. Gasoline ain't cheap, people. And out in the country where I live, your connection gets kind of weak. Will a Verizon phone work? No. You got dead zones out in the country. If your country road goes close to interstate, you do have it. So if it tells you anything. Where I done a video on where my brother lived in Lexington, Indiana, that's out in the boondocks. I don't know what they do for cell service. Would Verizon do it? I said no. There's no cell towers within 5 miles of Lexington, Indiana. So people, if you live in Lexington, Indiana, or you got family or friends that lives in Lexington, Indiana, and they got maybe 5 acres or more, contact a cell phone service. See what their rules. You got to contact them. I don't know the rules. I might tell you something and it won't be right. So, I don't know if you have to pay to put a gravel road in or not, but they will have a building, they have a generator, they do everything. But I watched a video too in Florida, in Otter's Creek, for the fact that's to what you call what the hells. And when they put that tower up, the permit was in the owner of the property. It comes his property after so many years. I want to say 10. That might be longer. They got that fiber optic cable. So after the time limit, who gets the money for the fiber optic cable? I figure the homeowner owns the property. But, you got to check on it yourself. I might be talking out my butt. People, men and ladies, be advised on those dating websites. They might be men trying to scam you. Be careful. Like guys, they might be women, you talking back and forth. They could be men, but they got a woman's picture. Lady, do not send a picture of yourself. You can send a picture of your dog, a cat, goats, stuff like that is for your picture, because you would get scammed. Guys, I've talked to people who has sent women, supposed to be women, pictures, and they've been on sites where you don't want 50 come knocking on your door, so be careful. Parents, teach your kids. If they're a kid from school, I would say okay. But for media sites, I say no. It could be a pedophile, a man or a woman. So, when they get on the media, I know it's hard to watch them when they're on the cell phone. But there's an app you can put on the cell phones and the computers where they won't know it unless they're smart enough. You can see who they're talking to. Another thing you hear me talk about, people, is dash cams to protect you when you're driving. You get a dash cam that'll do front and back. You got maybe 12 to 15 feet of cable to hook your dash cam up to the back windshield. Another thing, you want to get a dash cam that has GPS. It'll have your location, your speed limit, your date, and your time. That'll help you if you get a speeding ticket or you're involved in a wreck. But here's the catch-22. if you're guilty, it'll hang your butt. So that's something you need to get even for your kids or for your girlfriend or your spouse, whatever he or she is. You need that to protect you. Because you do have crazy people. And your dash cam will record audio, so if the police pulls you over, you got the audio. But also, parents, you need to check with a lawyer on this. If your children is under 18 and gets pulled over by a police officer, this way you need to check with a lawyer. By law, a police officer is not supposed to talk to a child that's under 18 or between 16 and 17 without a parent or the legal guardian. Maybe the police officer might get peed over at the child says, "Sorry, sir, I can't talk to you without my parent or the legal guardian." Some of them will understand. You got some that will threaten to arrest you. But it's your rights as a minor. Parents, ask a lawyer on this, because I'm not a lawyer. So that's something, to check into. The police officers might get pissed off at your child, but that's the law. No police officer, city, county, or state can ask your child a question without a parent or a legal guardian. But, to verify, you can find, you might get your free advice, or they might charge you $50 for that advice. So check into it and protect your children on that. And dash cam, that's important. The one I described to you, I know you can get cheap ones, but some of them don't have GPS in them. They do got audio, so like that. But you need a good one that has a GPS in it, audio, date and time. And I would recommend the one that got a back camera too, where you can stick it in your back window in case you get hit in the butt. And you all been at stoplights or stuff like that. They got the turn signal and you going straight, and they decide to run into you. See, that's video evidence there. And you got the green light and you get hit in the side, and you know what the other person will say. They have the green light. The video will show that you have the green light. And also, see, when you get that dash cam, some of them got where you have it on your cell phone. That way you can bring it up on your cell phone, show the police officer that you have the green light. So, that's very important. Also, if the other person says they have the green light, sometimes you get a VIP person, the cop's going to believe that VIP person. So, it's a small investment to save you and your family's lives. So, and I've been told there's a setup in it that you can set it for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And I've been told to set it for 3 minutes. And another thing, your SD card. You want to check with that dash cam, see what the highest you can put in it. You know, it's safety. Families, you care about safety. So that'll help you on your insurance. You get a discount. Every insurance is different. So some of these new vehicle comes out where you can pair your phone with that system on your car. That way your hands free. They got an app that you can put on your phone, or they used to, that when you're driving, you won't receive any phone calls or texts while you're driving. You might want to look into that, because in Indiana and Kentucky, you cannot be on your phone unless it's hands-free. But people who call you don't know when you're driving, so if you got one of these new cars that got that built into the radio system, you can do that, to answer your phone. But when you sitting in the parking lot, I have found out people be sitting in the car, you can hear who they're talking to. I guess you can turn the volume down, I guess. I don't know. That's something new to me. There's people out there that knows stuff like that. Those damn horseflies. I'll wait till next month to get some of those bug zappers. It's time. Well, I got one fly trap that's kind of getting clogged up, or fly traps. I guess you call them fly strips. But for some reason, southern Indiana, I've talked to a whole lot of people. I saw them and said, "You got a fly problem?" So, never had those problems, And I know some of those people. They richer than I am. They up in the 60,000+ category. They keep their house clean, but I've done research. If you got flies, they're eating on something. And I had these cat boxes for years, and one fly trap a month or every few months was okay, but the part of 2023 and 24 is the worst I ever seen it. And the people I've talked to is it. And they got those bug zappers for inside and outside. I would get the ones that you can use inside and outside. That way you can put it outside during the summer to kill them mosquitoes. Well, when I was growing up, the city used to have a couple of 55-gallon drums with some fogger on it. They'd let you know, that way you would turn your air conditioner off and have your window closed. That kept the mosquitoes population down. But I know them bug zappers ain't cheap. So hit the notification bell. Hit it again where you get all notifications. So hit the thumbs up, share it with your friends and people who's on here. You might know somebody. It's a first-time home buyer. I done a video on first-time home buyers. You got HUD, You got VA, you got one is the other one, FHA and USDA. I went with USDA. They call it a 5021 or something. It's based on your income. Okay, your income is, if you get food stamps, that counts as income. If you get child support, that counts as income. If you live in a state that got alimony, that counts as income. All that. At the time I've done mine, which they could have changed it. If you got a water and sewage bill, if you go to them and get a copy of your payments, if you got electricity, you need to get something from them for a year that shows your payment. If you got gas, I guess natural gas, you need something on there to show them what your payment history is for a month. They want to also know if you filed for bankruptcy. I guess maybe there's a 7 or 8 years. That your credit report, no doctor bills or hospital bills, and to you need a home inspection. Well, I tell you all, go to Mike Holmes on YouTube. He's an inspector. He tell you questions to ask, are they licensed in the state? How many homes have they built? Commercial buildings. Are they licensed to do plumbing work? How many plumbing jobs have they do? The electrician and so on. That's questions that throw up. And if you use a real estate, ask him on the home inspectors, are they licensed in that category? Outside air conditioning / heat pump or furnace. Are they licensed? If they're not licensed, there's a red flag. Like Indiana, they don't have that law for the even city or county inspection. They send you to school for maybe a couple of months, something like that. I seen an inspector they had in Charlestown. I have built houses. I've done electric work for Windhorse Electric Company back in the 70s. I know their wiring code. I know this and that. I help a few plumbers. I know the code on that. So that sent up a red flag. Another thing, home buyers, first-time home buyer, they got what they call title insurance. Your real estate agent will tell you have to pay a one-time fee. That's how it was on me. Say, if you had a Karen living next door and said, your fence is on my property. Either a lawyer or a surveyor. It pays for everything. Say you sell your house. That title insurance goes with you in case the new owner comes up with some bull stuff. And, when you go look at a new house, they always got fresh paint job. To me, that's a red flag. It's only my opinion. What are they covering up in the house? Are they covering water leaks in the house? Or mildew? Another thing, couple things you want to do, check for lead paint. If your house is built in the 40s, 50s, 60s, you want to check for lead paint. And another thing is that, maybe I'm not going to say it right, that radon stuff, people probably, you need to check for that because your health is important to you and your kids. You want to check for invest up. Well, you know what I'm talking about. You go down in the basement, and they got pop-in ceiling, which, raise it up and see if they got that asbestos in the ceiling. That's a no-no. Like my mom has house, which my brother's renting, but I own 50% of it. He didn't buy my share of it. And that, I should get 50% of the rent. Did he tell them about the asbestos around the pipes in the basement? Probably not. On the outside of the house, you got asbestos shingles on the outside of your house. That's something to look at, people, even as a renter. If you buy a house, they put a vinyl siding. What are they covering up? Some of them covers up asbestos shingles. So you want to check for asbestos, on the outside of your house, inside the house. And an inspector needs, when he goes up on the roof, he needs to look for the air vent. Make sure it has like a U thing on it and have a wire on it where the birds can't get up there and build their nest. You know how the birds up. That helps your plumbing work breathe. You need it for like your toilet, your bathtub, your washer and dryer. You need a vent pipe. So that means you need a good plumber if you build a house. And you need, also, you probably have to check with your water company where the water comes into your meter. Do they have a check valve? Because sometimes if you got a water break, you have to check on that yourself. I can't explain it in the right terms. I can tell you something that might be wrong. That's where you need to check with a plumber. And if you got a basement where the water line comes into your house, my dad had it installed. He put filters. He got a valve right there where it comes into the wall. He got another valve shut off coming out of the water. You need 1 or 2 filters, probably 2. You get some that gets the real fine stuff. It'll keep your water where it's drinkable. So you might want to look something like that. Or if you got a house, you got a basement, to do that. People who got hot water heaters, gas or electric hot water heater, you want to see if they got a pan underneath it, because hot water tanks does leak a little bit. And they got tankless hot water heaters. But I think that's for natural gas and LP. If they got one for electric, I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. But the way I understand it on them tankless hot water heaters, they got to be clean, I think, once a year. So can you do it? I don't know. That's where you have to ask a plumber or the tankless hot water people that it's made from, that's something. Them tankless hot water heaters, I believe, would be good. Right now, since it's awful cold, the water, it's coming through your water meter going into your water tank. And once cold water comes in, it does cool your temperature down in the wintertime. During the summertime, it might be hot. So that's something you all need to look into. And you might want to have it surveyed on a house. See where your four corners are. And if your roof is 7 years old or older, you better figure it's time to replace the roof. So you figure that into it. But mine is over 10 years old. People, it costs money when I'm going to tell you. I want a black metal roof that looks like shingles. I can't afford that. I know that has to be taken down to the wood. They got this mid-brain, or what I'm talking about, where they use a torch to roll it onto your roof. That's the best thing. Tar paper, no, but that membrane, I've always seen them do it, where they use a torch to heat it and roll it down. You can have vents on your roof, but I've seen, like I say, you can look, they have vents at the point of your roof. That looks a whole lot better. So I'm getting off of here. It's 9 o'clock. I got to get out of my pajamas, put my breeches on, put some good smelling stuff on, and go to Walmart, get some groceries. Well, I got to check my EBT card, make sure, because you always check your car when they first load it up, because you hate to go there and it's not on there, That way that way it's on there. You're not waiting in line like a few people, has. It's embarrassed. So, people, it's on my channel, recommend topics to do. Summertime, I can do you ones where I'm on my riding lawnmower. Because of health reasons, I can't push the board. I can, just go around the trees, around the house, and that's all. That's about 5 minutes. That can hurt me. I got a weed eater. I don't use that unless I have to, unless it's around my flower beds. Because I got a steel weed eater, got the motorcycle grips with the belt strap to go around your neck. But it's still stressful since I had 4 heart attacks. Anybody I helped out, I'm learning about the GoPro. I want to think maybe it's one person or maybe 2 people. And, it worked perfect at first, live streaming and all that, but I turned it off, it locked up. I finally got it fixed last night, but it don't mean it will this morning. And the videos, you know, people do videos on anything, if it's true or not. So I advise you, if you got a GoPro, anything like that, or a webcam, you ask the people who sells them or deals with it. Because the SD card came from GoPro. So it's supposed to be the right one, but it's 64 and the V, don't quote me on it, V30. But I've been told to get 128 or the 512. And I know they make a 1 TB for GoPro. But the 128 will be big enough for me to use. The 64 right now, that is okay. I can always delete those videos because it's on YouTube. So I want to thank you. God bless you. I told you how to donate through my post office box. If I done it right, people, you know who got Cash Apps. It's HTTP, the 2 periods. I don't know if it's 1/ or 2/, the $, Tom Cartwright 4375. If I done that right, you can donate that way. You know I got kitty cats. You know what they need. We got a PetSmart. If you want to send a PetSmart card, maybe for cat food or the cat stand, you know, where it's they can climb up and they got things they can lay on. They got a little house on top of that. And another thing I've been looking at, I can't afford, is they call it a robot cat litter box. You know, the cat gets in it. When it steps up, it turns, it rotates it, and dumps it in the thing, which that's a whole lot better. But you see what they're going for. But I want to thank the ones and all that, but I took a chance. I'm too trustworthy. He emailed me. I gave him my home address. You know, they could have sent it to my post office box, but UPS and UPS don't like post office boxes. You know, I took a chance and I told the guy, please don't share my home address. You got trolls or stalkers, you know. I need to clean my outside, but I can't do that till springtime. I got tree limbs out there. You know, if I need one of those, what you call them, it's like a grappling thing that got like claws on it. You can get it. I might look at that when it gets close, because that way I could be on my Troy Belt used lawnmower. When it get close to spring, I got to bring the battery in and put it on slow charge, which I usually bring the batteries in, but I didn't this year. And I hope you people forgive me for not doing that, but so, you know, that's, and this Troy Belt was donated to me. The one before that was a John Deere donated to me, but I wore that one out. I think the bearings wore out on the mower deck, but I traded that in. And my Ford Ranger, where you see a video where I asked for $3,000, so you could disregard that in that YouTube video on my Ford Ranger, because I traded that in, that John Deere tractor, and a stimulus check was $1,200 or $1,400, and made $50 a month payment, because he's a good friend, because he owned like a car lot and a garage and like that, but his partner sold the place, and now it's a general dollar store marketplace in Charlestown. And it went by Trader's Auto World there in Charlestown. That gave me something to do. I always stop there and loaf and help out what I can, or run and get parts, or run somebody home that left their car, or run and get them food, say at Arby's or something like that. You know, it paid for my gas. You know, I talked about trees in my backyard. If you live within 50 miles of me, you got to have a big chainsaw over 24 inches. You got to have your own log splitter. You got the ways to haul it. The brush, you can stack it on my burning pile. But people wants me to cut it, split it, and take it to them. People, I'm on the... If I have to do all that, I'm going to charge you $150 or more. So I got a couple of trees down that the wind blowed over. I'm going to ask the farmer that owns the property next to me what kind of weed killer that he used. You know, enough to mix up maybe 2 or 3 gallons of it, where I could spray up there in the weeds and back there by the shed, in the ditch line, and all this. Well, I want to say thank you. I got to get where I can get back here, take me a little cat nap. I love y'all. God bless you.